styling with lovely Sarah Liller. So welcome, Sarah.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So I wanted to add that I just love what you do because I feel that what you do brings so much confidence and self-esteem to women, especially women of all colors and all different shapes. And I feel that what you do really complements and builds up that self-image that sometimes I feel like we lack because it's like, for me, I know that it's been like, okay, what trend is out there? And like, um, and just kind of like wanting to fit into what everyone is doing. But what you do is something so unique, something so personalized. So can you elaborate more about what you do?
Yeah. So I'm a personal stylist and image consultant and a color analyst, all of those things. So basically, I just help men and women figure out what looks best on them and how to bring out their personal style. So it's not about a trend or what society or anybody else says is like the way to look nice. It's what's going to look best on them. So it's a very personalized service. It's one-on-one, and it's just about bringing out the most authentic version of you and figuring out what's going to look best based on your physical assets, your body and your coloring and all that stuff, but also your personality and the energy you're trying to put out into the world and the energy you want to get back.
Yes. Oh, I love that. And when you talk about energy, I know that from everything that I have learned from you, and I continue to get inspired, my energy shifts every time that I wear something that makes me happy, that is true to me, to complements my skin color. And there's a huge shift that happens. And even when I have let go of a lot of old garments that no longer serve me, that serve like an old identity of me. So can you elaborate how you help people just transform their wardrobe and the whole process? Because I know that for me, sometimes it's hard to let go of like something that brings like a memory, but I know that it doesn't help with my energy. Or it doesn't help me like just move forward to become this new version that I'm becoming along the way.
Yeah, I think that's a great question because it is hard for us to get rid of clothes that we used to identify with a part of ourselves.
Yeah.
It's either a time in our life when maybe we were thinner or we felt more free and we had less responsibilities, or perhaps it was a time when, it's just something that you associate with yourself, with the part of like a deep rooted part of your identity. And, we're all human and we all kind of evolve, hopefully, and outgrow some of that stuff. And whether it's you physically outgrow it or so you've had a physical change or you just emotionally outgrow it. I think it's just blessing the garment and blessing that part of your life and then letting it go, because you are you and you have your memories and you don't need to hold on to a physical thing to hold on to that part of you. You can let it go. It is safe to let it go. I think it's really comes down to an issue of feeling like, is it safe for me to let this go because it represents such a huge part of who I am? And so what I do for clients is I really try to give them a safe space where they can step into this new version of themselves that they really want to embrace and celebrate. And it feels a lot safer to let go of those things than if they were just cleaning out their closet on their own. It's like having that validation and that sense of like, there's someone else who's telling you it's okay is really, really helpful. I think especially for women, because oftentimes we doubt our own sense of things.
Yeah.
So it's really nice to have, an expert there that's like, actually, that's not your color, or actually that doesn't describe the woman that you're stepping into. That's maybe who you were in your 20s.
Yeah.
And it's okay. It's okay to grow up. It's okay to be different.
Yeah, exactly. And that's so beautiful because it is like a lot of letting go, and through it, it's like you're letting go of a memory, but yet knowing that that memory is already within you, but you're moving towards the future of what is it that you're becoming. Because I know that for me, it was like, well, this shirt still fits, like there's no rips, so I'll just keep like even like the scarcity mindset of like these jeans are good, like they're sturdy, like they're good material, I'll just keep them, but yet they're not serving me. Like my body has changed dramatically since I was younger to now, And then, so it's like, okay, it's time for a new style. But the whole transition, and that's where I feel that the work that you do is so amazing, because the transition in itself, it's not an easy transition of just kind of like going through that process.
Yeah. And I love that you bring up scarcity, because
Yeah.
that's a huge part of it that I see is people will be like, oh, well, I might lose the weight someday and I'm going to want to wear that again. And I mean, I see the point in that, but it's to hold it onto it, and especially to keep it in your closet, that you see it every day. That's just going to keep reminding you that you are 10 pounds heavier or whatever, you know, or this like skinnier, younger version of yourself. So I always tell clients, put that away, you know, put it in a plastic Tupperware in the garage and hold on to it if you really want to, but get it out of your general vicinity, because it's just going to be this reminder to yourself of every day of this like person you used to be. And I think it's so much more powerful to just like step into the person you are now. Like you wouldn't keep pictures of yourself at 19 around your bedroom, right? Like you're not taping those to the inside of your closet door. So why do you have pairs of jeans that you wore when you were like 19 or 21 hanging in your closet? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't resonate with who you are now. And the thing is, like, in the event that you were to have a weight loss or whatever, wouldn't you want to go out and buy new clothes to fit who you are now?
Yes. I just love that perspective, because like I've done that. I've been in that position where like, if I lose 10 more pounds, this dress is gonna fit me.
Yeah, exactly.
and yeah, but once you're able to really have the balance of yourself, of who you're becoming in a healthy way, where like for me, it's like I have built so much muscle along the way that I'm not gonna fit in a size 4 anymore. But the body composition has shifted. So I know that there's like a different type of gene that will not fit me than before. And since we're talking about body types, can you talk a little bit more about, like, for me, for example, I'm pretty tall, I'm like 5'8", I'm more of a rectangle. And I know that through years, I have wanted to fit into like the new things that are out there, like jeans or
yeah.
What? It's like, okay, I like more square.
Exactly.
And yet my self-esteem goes down, because it's like I'm putting all this work, but yet I'm looking more square. And it's not that I'm looking more square, it's that those jeans are not complementing my rectangular body type.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's so many different body types, and there's a lot of women are a combination of body types. So it's really getting honest with yourself and not judging yourself for not having whatever your quote unquote ideal body type is. There is no ideal body type. It's whatever is going to flatter you best. And it's unfortunate, because when you don't know a lot about clothes, you really do think that it's like, why aren't these jeans fitting me? What's wrong with me? But it's really that just that pattern or that cut of jeans just doesn't work for your body. And that's okay. It's about the jeans. It's not about you. So when you have more information about how to dress for your body type, it's very empowering, because then you can see a trend like skinny jeans or something along those lines and just be like, yeah, that's not for me. Like for me, for example, if I see all these wide leg jeans are really in right now, and that just does not look good on me. Like, first of all, I'm not 5'8". I wish. I'm only 5'4". So for me to wear like wide leg jeans makes me look short and squat. So unless I'm like excited about wearing heels every day, which in my life I'm not, they're not going to look great. That's what's on trend, and that's what feels fashionable. So I dress for my body type and what looks good on me, because I want to empower my clients to do the same. So it's not about a trend, and it's not about being, I mean, you want to look modern and feel current, but at the same time, you don't want to be a slave to fashion where you're just doing what they're telling you to do. It's much more empowering to be like, this is who I am. This is my body. And I'm going to say no to this because it doesn't work for me.
Exactly. Oh, that's so empowering. And I love that, because it's like you're standing in your power, and you're not letting whatever's out there decide or determine what's best for you according, because it's all about like like personalized, right? We all are different in our own unique way, and even personalities. And even like clothing is self-expression, and that for me, like everything, like everyone should like really watch your Instagram.
Thank
They're
you.
they're not only inspiring, but they're also like so uplifting, and yet it's empowering just to find all those styles or all those tips of like, wait a minute, like you could be in your own power and not follow trends
Hmm.
necessarily.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
And can you speak on like what is one of the worst trends that you have seen out there that you're like, whoa, like where does this come from?
Oh, that's so bad. Well, like all the people right now wearing what are those shoes called? The like plastic shoes.
Ah,
I can't stand them. Like I get that it's like having a fashion moment, or even like Birkenstocks, like they were in style for a little while, and that's just not my thing. They look cute on
yeah,
some people, but yeah, like just something that just feels so of the moment that it's like just
yeah,
going to be a flash in the pan. Even if you're buying it in like fast fashion and it's like an inexpensive price, it's just, I mean, you're gonna look back on those photos of yourself, or like you're gonna be like, oh, I can't wear that again. It's just like kind of wasteful. I feel like I'm a big believer in investing in classic stuff that's gonna
yeah,
last for years.
yeah. And talking about classic stuff, what are the five must-haves that you recommend for everyone to have, like just handy that you could just grab and combine and off you go and you look classy or stylish, or you could just play it down to casual that you could invest in those items. You're like, wow, this will never go out of style.
I love this question. This is like one of my favorite questions. So I think having a great pair of jeans that fits your body type and is in the right wash for you and for your body type. That's key. I think having really good t-shirts, because a t-shirt, oh, like just a simple white t-shirt, you can really dress up or down. You can really elevate it, or you can make it super casual. I think having a really good wardrobe of jackets. So whatever works for you. Like I love blazers, but I also love like a leather jacket, because having those third pieces, that's what really pulls an outfit together. And if you do it right, that can really define your shape and make you look your absolute best. So jackets are key. I
Mhm.
think having also some great flats, and whatever flat that means to you. So for me, I invest heavily in flats and sneakers because, like I said, I don't really wear heels. But
Yeah.
like if you have cool sneakers or some great flats, or even like a nice, low heel, you can really dress up just jeans and a t-shirt and look really stylish. And I would say a really great handbag. And it doesn't have to be designer. It just has to be nice and like whatever
Mhm.
fits you, because you're going to be carrying it every single day, and it holds your wallet and your money. And so energetically, you want it to be nice, right? You don't want to have like some sad, like cotton sack that you got at like a grocery store or something carrying all your stuff. Like it's nice to
Yeah.
have something sturdy that makes you feel elevated and pretty, because the energy of that, like especially when it has to comes to money, is really important.
And I love that because, like, for me, I'm very, I'm already on the go, like, with three kiddos. So, and it has happened to me that I have lost my wallet before, like, in just random places. So I said, okay, I'm going to have a fanny pack. I'm thinking, I could just put it in my wallet. Because with the
Well,
kiddos, I don't
those
know.
are like back, I guess. As long as it's a nice fanny pack, if it works for you, it works for you.
Yeah. But, I mean, it works for me in the way that as a mom, I'm like all over the place sometimes. But now that I'm thinking about it, like it doesn't make me feel like my best.
Yeah, it's not like the feeling of the like highest probably version of yourself, right?
Yes, it's just like a like a tired out
Yeah.
version of myself that is
Yeah.
trying to just with everything that is going on, but it was just like a matter of like, okay, like I need to wrap something around my body where it has like everything and I don't forget it and it's just right here in my body. But I love the fact of just like having a nice purse that because that's an energetic also, right? Like you have your wallet, you have your phone, and that plays a big role. It's also about energy.
Exactly.
And talking about energy, I know that something that also was very inspiring for me is like I work from home. So I'm comfortable. I'm in my workout clothes and I stay all day with my workout clothes. And it's like, but it doesn't make me feel like an elevated version of myself. I also do hypnotherapy and here and there I'll wear like a blazer. But throughout the day on my daily day activities, it's like I don't feel like as uplifted as when I started to dress more in a way that compliments me, in a way where I'm like, okay, let's do this. Let's wake up and let's live and let's do all the things that I need to do and I feel more productive. There's like a huge energetic shift that happens of dressing up for me.
They've actually done studies on this. Scientists have actually studied this, and your ability to process information and your cognitive ability actually goes up when you put on clothes that are more structured or more, business appropriate. And so if you're sitting in your pajamas all day, there's no separation between that sleepy, comfortable time and the time you're working. And so you're not actually at your cognitive best if you're not getting up and dressing every day. And I also think of it like the most awesome version of you that you can think up. Like, is she sitting at home in her pajamas? If she is, then great. But if not, then you should be getting up and getting dressed every day.
Yeah.
I think, it doesn't have to be anything great and you can totally work up to it. But even if it was switching out of your pajamas into like the kind of workout outfit that's like everything matches and you feel super elevated, it's like whatever is going to work for you. But I think having that definitive change is really, really important. Like, even if you switch from your like sweatpants you slept in to like some high-end sweatpants, that's like so much better than staying in the stuff that you slept in or the stuff you worked out in.
I love that. And I love that because like I have felt that energetic shift. And what can you recommend for all the people out there that work from home and that they're trying to still have that like that shift of like I yes, I am at home, but yet I know I still have to dress up for myself because like the way you look is like it just projects out. So what do you recommend for those people that work from home?
Yeah, I think it's finding what you're comfortable in, but you still feel elevated in. So for me, that is sweaters and nice stretchy jeans and like a comfortable but elevated shoe. So that's kind of my uniform. So on the days when I don't want to think, that's just kind of my go-to. And I have a few pieces in different colors and all of those items so I can mix and match them, and that's what I'm comfortable in. So I think it's like you have to invest in the things that are comfortable yet feel elevated, whatever that recipe is for you. Like I know during the pandemic, it was a big thing to start wearing house dresses again. So like a lot of women bought dresses because they were more comfortable than sitting in pants all day, which is fine as long as it's like a beautiful dress and a lovely pattern that you love and feels good. So I think it's so personalized, like it takes a lot of thought, and energy, which I think is why not a lot of people want to do it. It's so much easier to just sit in your sweatpants or sit in your pajamas. But it's like, all it takes is just thinking about this for a little bit of time and then like doing a little bit of research on and experimenting with yourself on what feels right and what feels good and forming the habit of getting dressed every day. Cause it's, it's a habit. It's getting yourself into that mindset of like, okay, now I'm going to work.
Yeah. And you said it perfectly, that habit of continue to like dress up for yourself, continue to dress up to show up for the day. and just building the routine, because it does pay off. You just feel better. Um, and can you talk a little bit about, like, for example, like you're a color analyst, because the colors you wear also play a big role. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that, please?
Yes, this is like, I get so excited about this. Okay, so everyone has an aura around them, right? We all emit light, and we
Yes.
all have very different auras, and we all have very different coloring, And the things that we wear on our body, because they're so close to us, interact with that aura because they have an aura of their own. And so with the light waves, not getting into science, but they interact with each other, and they can either detract from or add to. And when you do color analysis, it's figuring out what colors look best on your specific coloring. And I have to say, once you figure that out, when you start to dress in your colors, it is a major energy shift, because the energy of those colors are interacting with your personal coloring and your personal energy, and it's uplifting it. It's making you look so much more awake and more enlightened. And I know when I wear my colors, I feel a lot better. I went to fashion school on the East Coast, and when I was out there, I wore a ton of black. And I know that, like, when I made the shift of not wearing all this black, which is a terrible color on me, I just felt so much lighter, so much less heavy. And now if I ever put on anything black, it does feel, especially by my face, very heavy, almost like it's weighing me down. And so you have to have something that has harmony with your coloring, and that's what color analysis can do. It's I look at you and I compare you in all these different colors, figure out your undertone and your depth and all these things, and then we come up with a palette that's like absolutely perfect for you.
Oh yeah, I love that, and I know that you have done that on me, and it has made a major shift. and then not just that, but also when I go out shopping, like I already look towards those colors. Like,
yeah, I know. It makes it so much easier because you don't have like everything in the whole wide world available to you anymore. So it makes shopping so much easier and faster.
And fun too.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's like, I feel like now I'm more laser focused. I'm like, okay, I look at my colors. I'm like, okay, I scan the store. And it just caught my attention. Like, this shirt is one of them that I was like, oh, okay. I just went straight to it. I put it on and fit perfectly. I felt great in it. And it was easy, like just right there. Because it could be frustrating. And talking about shopping, can you talk about, like, for example, when you go shopping with your clients? Because I know that for me in the past, it's kind of like a little intimidating, because there's these mirrors where how you have all the light, like, just aiming at you, and then you're trying things that you don't know if they look good in a hanger, but then when you put it on, it's like it might not look as great. But then I know that there's clothes that looks great in that does not look good in a hanger, but when you put it on, you're like, whoa, I would never think that this item will look so good, and it doesn't look great on the hanger. So, and it could be very frustrating at times, just trying to just figure things out. And so can you talk about how you help your clients just have that experience where, instead of it being intimidating and frustrating, it's a fun experience, an empowering experience for them?
Yeah, I think you described it perfectly. Like going to a shop, or especially like a department store, and it's just so overwhelming that you end up just leaving.
Yeah, that's in me, and crying.
And crying. Yeah. Or if you do try things on, like you said, they're like not quite right. So I think what's nice is, like, I'm going into it with no emotional baggage also. So I go into the store and I pull items with my client in mind, thinking this is going to look great on them, or, and so I will show you things, and it might not be something that you would pick out. And that's, I think, actually the power in it, is because I don't have all of the like blinders and view of life that my clients do. So I can pick things out for them without any sort of story that they might be telling themselves, like, oh, I don't wear that sort of thing, or that won't look good on me. For me, it's like, oh, I know this is going to look good on her because I know her coloring and her body type.
Right.
So you have this person that's an expert helping you pick things out, and inevitably you do end up trying on things that you would have never picked up off the rack, and they end up looking amazing because it's like, wow, I would have never tried this on. And so you're like opening yourself up to all these amazing new possibilities.
Yeah, I love that. Because it's like someone that would never wear such a color, or someone that would never try such a style, because again, we are conditioned. Like I feel that for me, it starts like from my mom. She wears specific outfits, but she would not try something else. And from going from that shift of conditioning and just shifting and finding my own style has been a transition of like a lot of work.
Yeah.
And even, for example, because I know that for me, I have dealt with body issues in the past because of all the conditioning of expectations of what specific body type looks good or whatnot. And for me, developing my own style, my own self-expression has been intimidating for a while, of like just showing up and just wearing this and just feeling confident.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a transition. So that's why I just tell you, like, what you do is so beautiful. And I'm so happy you're doing this, because I know that there's going to be so many that are going to benefit and help them in so many ways, and energetically, and just transforming their point of perspective. What else is possible for them?
I love that. That's beautiful how you just put that.
Thank you. And also, I wanted to talk about, like, for example, summer, fall. So I started to, like, when summer comes, like, I put all my fall and winter stuff away.
Mm-hmm.
So I just have like summer stuff and summer outfits just available to me. And my closet went from being so big to just being like this, but yet this little percentage is so effective because, I have learned so much, like I said, and I have items that work for me, and I could match and just work with those items that make me feel good. But do you recommend people to, when the seasons change, to like just put winter stuff away and then bring out summer or fall? Like, what do you recommend?
I absolutely recommend that, because when we are looking at a closet that's overstuffed, it's just like if your desk was super like cluttered and covered in stuff, you wouldn't be able to think clearly. It's the same thing with your closet. If your closet is overstuffed and full of things that you actually can't be wearing this time of year, then that's going to be really confusing to your brain, and you're going to get frustrated and be like, I have nothing to wear, and feel like you need to go out and shop or like do all these other things. It's actually better to have a pared down closet where you have fewer things to choose from, but they're things that you can absolutely wear right now because they fit you, they look great, and they're perfect for the season. Okay. So I know for me, I live in the Bay Area, so it's like the seasons are kind of pushed, but like every October, I kind of start to put away the summer stuff because I'm not going to be wearing that anymore. And I always keep it in like a nice Tupperware in my garage, because in the event that I go on vacation, or in the event that we do have a heat wave, I can like go and get it again. But I always like to have what I call my working wardrobe in the actual closet. And so for me right now, that's all the fall stuff, fall, winter stuff. So I do that change like twice a year.
Okay. I love that. That is a great tip, because I know for myself, I have gotten overwhelmed. Like, I just look at everything. I'm like, okay, just trying to scan and not be like focused, because it also, that takes me to the next topic of like, also like saving time and saving money. So can you elaborate on that? How you help your clients save time and money with just having that personalized style for them?
Yeah, so you don't have to buy as many clothes if you work with me, because the way I shop is very strategic. I'm trying to get you the most bang for your buck. So we're shopping for the things that are going to be the pieces that are going to mix and match with tons of different things to give you so many different outfits that you could maybe have 20, 30 pieces in your closet, but you can make like 60 outfits with it. So there's like that aspect of it. You're going to save tons of money because you're also not shopping like most people shop. So when most people shop, they go out with their friends or they go out on their own, and they see something, oh, that's cute, and they buy it. And then
Yeah.
they get it home and they realize they have nothing that goes with it.
Yeah. I've been there.
So yeah, I know. Everybody's been there. We've all done it. And so it sits in your closet with the tags on and then you always feel guilty about it because you're like, I spent money on that, but I don't know how to wear it.
Yeah.
And so like I can come in and A, show you how to wear it, and B, be like, okay, you know what you need for that. And then these 5 other things is a really great pair of white pants. So that's what we're going to shop for. And then that way you're like kind of connecting the dots in all these outfits and you can put things together. And as far as saving time, once you have a lookbook that I've created for you, like a personalized lookbook, you know how to put things together. So you're not sitting there being like, oh, I really want to wear these white pants, but I have no idea what to put with them and what shoe. And it's like, oh, I'm frustrated. I'm just going to put my sweatpants back on.
Yes, absolutely. I've been there before for sure. Like I find like a nice shirt, but then there's nothing to complement it. And it's like, oh, it just stays there. And then I feel bad donating it because it has a tag on.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's where a lot of people could save time and just like having a clear focus of what you taught them to put together and then just go for it. And even stress, right? Because it could be stressful just getting ready for the morning and not knowing like what you're going to wear.
Exactly. And saving time shopping too, because I'm basically going to the store before you even show up or going online and sending you links to things. So I'm doing all the work of going through all the stores and seeing what they have and seeing what's best for you. I think that that's where clients get really overwhelmed. I hear a lot of them say like, oh, I hate shopping. And I think that that's what they're describing is like that endless search for something. And you always hear it like, if you're going out looking for a black dress or a pair of shoes in a certain color, you're never going to find them. That's just like what I hear people say. I can find them, but you know, like I always hear that. And I'm like, well, it's because like there's a certain way to shop that's very strategic that like people like me are good at. And so it does save you a lot of time to not be like wandering around looking for something for hours or days or weeks and just have, you know, somebody do it for you.
Yes. I love that. So you pretty much do all the work, all the planning, all the structure. And the fun part for the client is showing up for the shopping and everything's on.
Yeah. And I'm like your hype woman. I'm like, woo, you look great in that. Or if something doesn't look good, I'm also very honest. And I'm like, let's try to find something better.
Yeah. So in a way you coach your clients through the whole process.
Exactly.
Because I do find that it could be a little bit of like kind of like resistance also of like resistance of just trying something on because you think it might not look good on you, but then you try it on and you're like, wait, it does look good on me. Or even like the whole emotion of like, why doesn't this look good on me type of thing too.
Yeah.
So you do the coaching of like helping them and like you mentioned, empower them to go through that process.
Yeah. It's very much empowering to be, I mean, it's like having someone who's on your side to coach you through trying on things that are outside of your comfort zone.
Yes.
I mean, because I always will with my clients, it's like, I want to find the style that's perfect and right for them. But I'm also going to push you a little bit outside your comfort zone because I think that that's what any good coach would do.
Yeah.
Because it helps you grow. And so I'm there, I'm holding your hand while you're going through this process. So it's much less scary. And I also think that there's a confidence in knowing that someone else, you know, is validating you and validating that something looks good.
Yeah. I love that. And can you talk, for example, on career women? I know that also career women, you know, with a lot of times it's like the whole suits, right? But can you elaborate more on like what do you recommend for career women? Like, for example, like for them to dress for success in a way that is comfortable, but yet they feel empowered showing up and getting that promotion or like just moving up that ladder. Like, what do you recommend for the career women out there that are?
I love this question because people, I think when you first start a job, you think that there are like work clothes.
Yeah.
So there are certain things that you go out and buy like pants or a suit and you think that that's how you're supposed to dress.
Yes.
But I think that if you want to stand out in your job, the best way to do that is to have style. And it doesn't have to be crazy, but it has to be something that is polished, is
Mm-hmm.
appropriate for the, career that you're in, but that has a little bit of enough flair that it has personality and it describes you, and it speaks for itself. It's not crazy and loud, but it's not forgettable. It's
Mm.
something kind of that shows that you have some flair and some pizzazz, and that you have respect for yourself, honestly. If you're showing up and your hair looks nice and you have a great outfit on with some jewelry, and you took the time to do that in the morning, that shows self-respect. And when you have self-respect, that inspires respect in other people. So it's a way, what I love about clothes is that it's a way for you to tell other people how you want to be treated.
Yeah,
And so if you want to be taken seriously at work and be recognized, obviously you have to be good at your job, but you also have to be unafraid of standing out and unafraid of saying, I'm here and I'm demanding that you respect me.
Wow, I never have seen it through that perspective, and that is just so beautiful. And it brings some emotion in me because it is self-respect, like, and also it's like I'm thinking back, like, wow, like for the times that sometimes I had my hair in the bun. Yeah. I know that I'm busy and stuff, but I also, for example, think like, for example, as a mom, I still want to show up for myself, even though all the things that I do, I still want to show up for myself, and that's self-respect. And just how you say, like, just how you express yourself, and just standing out, like, for example, the corporate woman standing out where people look at you and they're like, wow, look at this person, or male, just standing out.
Mm-hmm.
And like not being afraid to be seen, just being seen. And that catches people's attention.
Totally. Yeah. You have to be okay with being seen to like, to get, ahead in the world, or else people won't see you and you won't be top of mind for them.
Yeah. And also, like, for example, for me, I know for a while I've been like afraid to be seen. So I, in a way, have like used clothing or colors that wash me out, because like I don't want to be seen. I just want to be in a corner and nobody pay attention to me. But it's like, no, like now I want to be seen after doing all this work that I've been doing. Also, like I want to be seen, and use colors and do my hair more and just show up for myself. So I think that's beautiful how you say like that self-respect. I love
Totally.
that. Yes. And is there anything else that you want to share, or anything else that from doing your work that has like, or what keeps you going? Like what keeps you going and continue to get inspired in your work? Can you share that, please?
Yeah. I feel like people are more impactful in the world when they're confident. And so for me, a big motivator in what I do is giving that confidence to people in a way that it makes it easy for them to enact on a daily basis. So, if you go out in the world and you feel good, you're going to do good work. And so a lot of the people that I work with, I feel like are doing amazing things. They're heading foundations, and they're, presidents of their companies, or they're busy moms who just want to look and feel amazing about themselves and be a good example for their kids.
Yeah.
I think that I find all my clients inspiring in their own way. And I am so excited and lit up about helping them be more confident, because it's going to allow them the freedom and the empowerment to like go out into the world and really go after things.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's such a gift what I do. I really love that one-on-one interaction with people and helping them grow as a person and step into this like more confident version of themselves. It's really, really enriching for me.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. I love that. And can you tell like the audience like where can they contact you for a consultation, your social media, and I'll make sure and I'll put it in the notes as well.
Yeah. So my website is www.stylingwithsarah.com, Sarah with an H.
Okay.
And then you can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is Sarah Liller Styling. And I'm also on TikTok as well. So that's also Styling with Sarah on TikTok.
Oh, love it. So if anybody wants to reach out to Sarah for a consultation, those are her points of contact, but I will also note it in the notes as well. Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you so much for sharing all the wisdom and like so much insiders that I still want to reflect upon, like so much perspectives that I'm like, wow, I'm like seeing it in a whole new perspective now, like a whole new layer of perspective of how important it is to style based on your personalized needs.
Awesome. I'm so glad. Thank you so much for having me, Marcy.
Thank you. I really appreciate your time and all your wisdom, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.